A long time ago, in 1888, there was a mysterious killer in London. He walked the dark streets at night and attacked poor women. People were terrified because no one knew who he was or why he was killing. This killer became known as Jack the Ripper, and even today, over 130 years later, no one knows his real name. Let's go back to 1888 and hear the full story of Jack the Ripper. In 1888, London was a big city, but some areas were very poor and dangerous. One of these areas was called Whitechapel. Many people in Whitechapel had no money, no homes, and no jobs. Women had a very hard life. Some of them had to become prostitutes just to buy food. The streets were dark, dirty, and full of crime. There were no cameras, no streetlights, and not many police officers. This made it easy for someone evil to hide in the shadows. And then, one day, the murders began. On August 31, 1888, early in the morning, a man was walking to work. It was still dark when he saw something strange lying on the ground. When he got closer, he saw it was a woman's body. Her name was Marian Nichols. Someone had cut her throat and slashed her stomach open. The police came, but they had no idea who did it. But just a few days later, another woman was killed, and then another, and another. Jack the Ripper didn't stop. Over the next 2 months, he killed 5 women in the same brutal way. Annie Chapman, September 8, 1888. She was found in the morning near a house. Her throat was cut and her stomach was open. Her organs were taken out. It was terrifying. Some people thought the killer must be a doctor because he seemed to know how to remove organs, but we don't know the true story. Elizabeth Stride, September 30, 1888. On a cold night, another body was found. This time, the woman's throat was cut, but her body was not cut open. Some people think the killer was interrupted and had to run away before he could finish. In the same night, only 45 minutes later, another woman was found dead in a different part of London. This time, the killer mutilated her face and took out some of her organs. Near her body, police found a mysterious message written on a wall, but before anyone could study it, the police erased it because they were afraid it would cause riots. The last and most scary murder happened inside a small room. Mary Jane Kelly was lying on her bed. Her face was destroyed, and her body was cut open, and her heart was missing. This was the last known murder by Jack the Ripper. After this, he disappeared forever. As the police searched for the killer, they received letters from someone claiming to be Jack the Ripper. The most famous ones were Dear Boss letter. The first time someone used the name Jack the Ripper. Saucy Jack postcard. This letter talked about 2 murders before the police told anyone about them. Was it really from the killer? We don't know. And From Hell letter. This letter was the scariest one. It came from a real human kidney. Many believe this could be from the real killer, but we don't know the true story again. And if you wanna ask why was he never caught, the police worked very hard to find Jack the Ripper, but in 1888 there were no fingerprints, no DNA tests, and no security cameras. And the streets were dark, so no one saw the killer. The police made mistakes and didn't work together. The victims were poor women, and some people didn't care about them. And some people think the killer was a rich man and the police protected him. No matter how hard they tried, the killer disappeared into the shadows. And who was Jack the Ripper? We have some theories about Jack the Ripper. For over 130 years, people have tried to guess who Jack the Ripper really was. Some of the most famous suspects are Aaron Kosminski, a barber who lived in Whitechapel. He had mental problems and was put in an asylum. In 2019, a DNA test suggested he could be the killer, but no one is sure. Montague John Druitt, a teacher who died shortly after the last murder. Some believe he killed himself because he was guilty. Sir William Gall, a doctor for the royal family. Some believe he killed to hide a secret about Prince Albert Victor. This idea comes from movies and books, but there is no real proof. H. Holmes, a serial killer from Chicago. Some believe he traveled to London and became Jack the Ripper, but there is no evidence he was ever in London. Did Jack the Ripper kill again? Some people believe Jack the Ripper left London and continued killing in another country. Others think he was caught for another crime and no one realized he was the Ripper. Some even believe he died soon after the last murder, which is why he never killed again. Will we ever find out who Jack the Ripper was? Or will his secret stay hidden forever?